Hi, I'm Reggie with Razor 9471047. It's time for another Razor Sunday night story. This time we might make a few poop jokes because everything on the farm poops. It's a number 2 bestseller, written by Kelly Lee Culbreth. Hi, my name is Kelly. I have a story to tell. It's about something yucky and stinky as well. I made a discovery the other day. Why my home and the farm differ in a big way. See, when you live in the town or in the city, all the streets and yards look oh so pretty. The sidewalk is a safe place to stroll, as no animals use it like a toilet bowl. But when I visit family in southern Illinois, there's a barn full of animals and lots of land to enjoy. And when I see the cows and the chicken coop, I learn quickly that everything on the farm poops. There are goats and chickens and pigs who get muddy. There's even a friendly pet cow named Buddy. There's dogs and cats and horses too, but all those animals have to go poo. The bigger the animal, the bigger the pile. When it hits the ground, you can see them smile. They ate a good meal, their tummy pushed through, and then their belly turned that food into poo. So when on the farm, you must watch where you walk, or you will step into a big, stinky shock. Some call it dookie, scat, dung, or stool, but the farmers see fertilizer in that cow manure. I promise this book won't lose its charm as I tell stories of my visit to the farm. With lots to do and daily chores, there's always a surprise behind those barn doors. So go get your shovel and a wheelbarrow too, because the horses and the cows left lots of brown goo. Make sure to gather all that is found, for we need that poo to feed the ground. I know that cow poop is stinky and gross, but it's just what the farm is needing the most. You see, poop has a purpose, and this I know because without it, the garden and the crops wouldn't grow. Manure is chewed up grass and grain with organic nutrients the plants will retain. Once spread on the ground with seeds and straw too, will grow food we can turn back into poo. Now after their chores, the kids like to play, and then sweet Carolyn has something to say. Hey, watch your step, she says to the group, because last week that's where my dog pooped. I said, don't worry, I doubt it's still there. But just to be sure, we looked everywhere. Then she asked, why can't it be found? I answered, remember, dog's food and dog poops food for the ground. The kids laughed and said, ew, that's gross. Then little Porter made a funny joke. With all of the animals that run free, our yard will never, ever go hungry. Why, yes, the farm is covered in goo. Even the sky has clouds shaped like poo. The sun's going down, but there's still work left to do. The cows need to be fed, and the family too. You can smell dinner cooking inside the kitchen, and those who like baking decided to pitch in. Then Grandpa yells out, time to head to the pasture. The cows need to eat, and with help it goes faster. Oh, count me in, said little Parker. I love to feed the cows before bed. Well, grab your boots. We need to work steady. I want to get done before dinner's ready. Now here is where the fun gets started. As Grandpa and grandson together departed, they mix a batch of full grass, hay, and corn to load into feeders that look fully worn. Thank goodness for boots that they are sure to get muddy from walking through the fields that are soft like putty. But don't look down, because if you do, you'll see an obstacle course made of poo. So don't be surprised when the smell arises. To farmers, the odor is no big deal, but to a city folk, think that it's no appeal. Our farmers walk in from feeding the cattle. They better clean up so there won't be a battle. Grandpa heads to the shower to get squeaky clean, but Parker climbs on the chair just to be seen. Stay away from the table, you're covered in dirt. There's mud on your pants and even your shirt. Nuh-uh, he says. No, oh no, it's not. That's not mud or dirt on me, he thought. So just when it seems that I have been duped, Parker yells out, Because it's cow poop! I stand corrected, and then I declared, clean up or you can't eat this meal we prepared. The food was yummy, we scarfed it down, and then we heard a funny sound. At first it got quiet, then we started to giggle, because Grandma looked guilty as we watched her wiggle. I'm sorry, she said, wish that had been muted. The clatter you heard was me when I tooted. The kids held their noses because they all knew that when Grandma was gassy, the smell was P.U. Then off she went to use the restroom because a toot meant number 2 would come soon. Now, why didn't Grandma just go poo-poo outside, since the animals seem to do it all the time? Well, all their poop helps the ground stay fertilized, but for humans to do it, it would just be uncivilized. Yeah, humans and animals different for sure. We can talk, walk upright, and have no fur, but one special difference I must point out involves a question to think about. How come when animals go poo, they don't use any toilet tissue? Well, I thought they probably do, but how would you wipe it with a hoof and a horseshoe? Their arms won't reach, and even if they tried, they barely touch their underside. Besides, I bet they don't even mind when they have a little doo-doo left on their behind. Although I love visiting family and friends, all visits to the farm must come to an end. But this city girl leaves with memories to share about all the stinky things I saw there. Making kids laugh and adults too is easy with jokes about toots and poo. One way to do this without jumping through hoops is to tell stories on how everything on the farm poops. So there you go. Don't be embarrassed when you pooped. Everyone does it. But, at least try to do it on the toilet. Thanks for listening.